Stockholm Pawn!
Hey gamers, sorry it's been so long without an update, but it's been a busy term. But term is over, so I'm back with another pickups video. Also, you may be happy to know that if everything goes according to plan, there should be another Hidden Gems video coming up this holiday season, this time in collaboration with another YouTuber. On that note, I'd also like to thank you all because my DS Hidden Gems video is my first video to reach 1,000 views, so thank you very much. This does mean a lot to me. This is something I do for fun. I do enjoy sharing my thoughts on my games and my collection's growth with you all. And thank you for allowing me to do that, I guess. Also, before I start with the pickups, just reminding you all that I am more active on Instagram. I post my pickups there as soon as I get them, and I started doing this new thing where as soon as I finish a video game, I post a brief review of it. I tried doing that on YouTube with Klonoa, but that was a train wreck, and please don't watch that video. I don't know if I'm gonna compile those little Instagram reviews into a video to put up on YouTube eventually. I might if I have the time. I'll see. But yeah, I'm going off topic now. I'll just start with my pickups. Let's start with my biggest pickup. I finally got a PS4. I finally stepped into the new generation of consoles. I got this for £250. This included Watchdogs and Assassin's Creed Syndicate and shipping. £250. I could not pass up on this deal. I basically got it as an early Christmas present for myself. Very early Christmas present. But I got this the week that Syndicate came out, so I figured I'd get more bang for my buck if I just cashed in Syndicate. And I got other games with that money, and I'm going to show you shortly. Here's Watchdogs. This is the copy that came with the console, as you can probably guess from the not to be sold separately bit there. I played this a little bit, and it's actually pretty good fun. It is kind of reminiscent of GTA, but it stands well on its own as its own sort of thing. The hacking is an interesting mechanic. I really don't get all the flack that this game gets, because as soon as I got my PS4, all my friends were like, no, don't trade in Syndicate, trade in Watchdogs. Watchdogs is garbage. I'm actually quite enjoying this. I think the reason that it gets a bad rep is because it was overhyped and because of that whole pre-rendered trailer fiasco. But going in with zero expectations, this is quite a good game, and you can get this for extremely cheap. So I would recommend that you do that. I'm weak, you guys. I caved. I bought Syndicate again, but I traded in my standard edition for £36 worth of stuff. I bought this for $27. I think I came out on top. This comes with an art book, soundtrack, and a map of London, including 2 additional missions as well. Plus a sweet box. So I'm actually quite happy I got this. This was kind of an impulse buy. I only got this today actually. So yeah, looking forward to giving this a shot. This is just a manual for the first Uncharted. My copy is missing a manual, and I came across the first Uncharted for £1 at a thrift store. So I bought that, I took out the manual, and then I traded in it at CEX for £3. So yeah, came out on top again. Next, I got Super Mario Galaxy for the Nintendo Wii. This is a brilliant game. I'm actually playing through this with one of my housemates. So much fun. Classic 3D Mario. And the soundtrack is absolutely brilliant. I'm loving this. Next, I have a couple of Vita pickups. This is Persona 4 Golden on the PS Vita. This is a sort of enhanced port of the PS2 Persona. It's basically the definitive version of this. I already finished it, got all the way to the true ending. Amazing, possibly the best game on the Vita. One of my favorite JRPGs now. I really can't recommend this highly enough. I only got this £10, which is an absolute steal for a game this good. If you come across this, just do yourselves a favor. Buy it, play it. Gameplay's amazing. The story's pretty cool. Music is fantastic. Just play this. You're gonna thank yourselves, seriously. Then Tales of Hearts R, again for the Vita. Haven't played this. Apparently this is a pretty cool JRPG series as well. The voice is in Japanese, I think, with localized texts, which I think is going to be a bit weird for me, but I don't mind. I'll see if I'll have time to play through this eventually. I think it's a bit of an uncommon game. In the States, it was retailer exclusive, I think. In Europe, it's not retailer exclusive, but still not the most common game to come across. And I did get this for a really good price. Don't remember exactly how much, but it was pretty cheap. I'll go through some Xbox 360 games next. This is Xbox Live Arcade. I got this for a few pence. It was under 50 pence. I remember that much. It's got Pac-Man Championship, Uno, Boom Boom Rocket, Feeding Frenzy, and Luxor 2. These are all like small Xbox Live games that you really don't deserve a release on their own. But I really like having a disc version of that, really. Pretty simple, not much to say. Next, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Haven't played this. I plan to play this over Christmas break. No spoilers, please. Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. I hear this is a hidden gem on the system, so I hope to have a chance to play this later on during 2016. And Gears of War 3. I had some store credit. This was one of the games I bought with it. I only got it for the Steelbook, really. I played the first Gears of War over summer. I tried to play it, I really couldn't get into it. Played for a couple hours and then I got bored. So, yeah, other than the fact that the Steelbook looks really cool, there is no other reason I picked this up. Got Bard's Tale for the original Xbox. I don't even have an Xbox, but this was £1.50. And apparently it's a really good game, so if I get a chance to play Xbox, I'm playing this. This is another instance of me just buying a Steelbook because I thought it looked really cool. This is the video game for Peter Jackson's King Kong, PS2, shiny gold Steelbook. It's supposed to have some stuff in it. I don't remember what it's supposed to have because that information was on a sleeve, which is missing, as you can see by the completely empty back. Well, apart from the Ubisoft logo here. Yeah, it was £1.50 and I thought it looked really cool, so I got it. Moving on to PS2, I got Final Fantasy VII, Dirge of Cerberus. This was £1. It's supposed to be pretty horrible, but it's Final Fantasy for £1. Why not? I totally play. This was 5 pence. I will buy anything for 5 pence. Well, any video game for 5 pence. For 35 pence, Eternal Ring. Pretty much the same logic, really. I did look it up after I bought it, and it's supposed to be a hidden gem on the system, but I don't have a PS2 here. I couldn't try it out. I've got no idea if this is any good, if it's a hidden gem or just a filler in my PS2 library. This I got because, well, look, just look at it. This is Monsters Inc. concept art. How cool is that? You can probably figure out I really love Disney. It's also supposed to have some art cards inside, but those are missing, unfortunately. But yeah, Monsters Inc. Scare Island for the PS2 limited edition. I have that now. I think this was like £2. Yeah, it was like £2. It's a price tag here in the back. But yeah, was really psyched for this box. I'm noticing a trend here. I tend to buy stuff because I think the box looks cool. Same rationale, Final Fantasy X2. I know this says £2 on here, but most stuff I get from that thrift store place I try to bundle up, so this was probably like £1 as well. I haven't played the first Final Fantasy X. I don't know if I'm gonna, since there's the HD remakes now on PS3, PS4, and the Vita, and knowing myself, I'll probably go for the PS4 version, because I would have gone for the Vita. I love my RPGs to be portable, but at least the USA and Europe versions of the remake, well, 10 is on the cartridge and 10.2 is downloadable. Hong Kong and Japan, I think, got the better end of the deal there because they got each release as a cartridge on their own for the Vita, whereas we just got that sort of half-baked thing. Which is why I like having the PS2 physical versions. Some more Nintendo stuff, starting from the Wii and working our way backwards. Steven Spielberg's Boom Blocks. Again from the thrift store, again I bundled it up with some stuff. And yeah, It's directed by Steven Spielberg, so that's pretty cool. I really don't know anything else about this game. I just saw Steven Spielberg on the cover and thought it was cool. Super Paper Mario. I played a bit of the original Paper Mario, the N64 one. I don't own the game though, so yeah. But it was like as much as I played, I did enjoy. So I thought I might as well try Super Paper Mario at some point in time, which is why I bought this. And more Mario. This is basically a DDR Mario game. I mean, it didn't have the pad with it, unfortunately, because I did buy this used from CX. This is it says on the label, game only. But I think this is pretty uncommon. I've never come across this before. It was only £7, so yeah. I've got Mario DDR. On the subject of uncommon Mario, this is Mario Basketball. Mario Slam Basketball for the DS. And in the USA, it's known as Mario Hoops 3-on-3, I believe. It's rarer there than it is here, but I basically got this for free, because, yeah, 3 for 2. I bought more expensive stuff, so I got this. I remember I got this in the same lot as that Gears of War thing. This is Asteroids for the Game Boy Color. I already had this loose, but complete in box. I mean, it's a bit scuffed on the side here, as you can probably see. I'm not sure how well this shows. But other than that, it's pretty good condition. It's got the manuals and everything. And I do enjoy upgrading my cart-only titles to complete in box. This I was really excited to find in the thrift store. This is basically a region unlocker for the SNES. Like, this allows me to play import titles on my SNES, which would be great if I had any import titles. But this means if I do come across Earthbound or Super Mario RPG or any of the other good stuff we missed out here in Europe, I can play those games now. I'm really psyched about this. I'm more excited than I should be, considering I don't have any of those titles, and they're rare and expensive, and I probably won't come across them. But it's pretty cool that I can play them. One last Nintendo thing, I got a Marth Amiibo. Really love Fire Emblem, so when I came across this cheap, I think it was like 7 or 8 quid maybe, and it was already opened because I can't bring myself to open Amiibo. So yeah, I pounced on this. Love Fire Emblem. I beat Shadow Dragon this past summer, so Marth is still fresh in my mind as well. I don't have a Wii U or a new 3DS, so I can't really use the Amiibo, but it looks pretty cool on my shelf. Okay, so I have 4 titles in my Dreamcast collection. Well, 5 including this. It says Revolt for the Dreamcast, and I came across this, I think, I saw it in one of Metal Jesus' Hidden Gems videos. I think it might have been Dreamcast, or maybe it was just racing games. I don't know. But I do love these sort of futuristic, high-speed racers, and I pounced on the chance to get another good game for my Dreamcast because it's woefully underappreciated right now. I mean, I've got, what do I have? I've got Sonic Adventure, which I don't like. I've got Ready to Rumble Boxing, which I've got Dead or Alive, which I don't like. And I've got Power Stone or Power Gem? I think it's Power Stone, which is decent. But yeah, I love racing games, so hopefully I'll have a chance to play this eventually. Because it is supposed to be a hidden gem on the system, and it's supposed to be like exactly the kind of game I enjoy, so looking forward to trying this out. You'll notice I have a lot of thrift store finds this year, because basically last year I had a flat like aged away from anything, whereas this year we're renting a house like minutes away from town. So especially at the start of the term when I had quite some free time, I did sort of like a weekly game hunting thing. And I found quite a few interesting things in the thrift store. My favorite of which is probably Vagrant Story for the PS1. It's supposed to be a really good RPG, and I'm really happy I came across this. Unfortunately, it's missing the manual, but still, for 10 quid. And again, I did bundle this up with other stuff. But seriously though, really happy I came across this. I beefed up my retro game collection, especially PS1, a decent bit. This is Raymond for the PS1. I had a bootleg version of this as a kid, so really psyched to have like the actual thing. It's a really cool platformer, cutesy graphics, interesting soundtrack. Surprisingly hard though. I beat this, I think it was over the summer for the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, it was definitely the Game Boy Advance port. I think I beat this over this past summer. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have a go at it on the PS1 again, but it is awesome to have this in my collection either way. Populous, the beginning, supposed to be a God Sim. No idea what it's about. I just thought it looked pretty cool. And this is Tetris Plus. Now, if you follow a Blonde Nerd, or Brittany Bombasher, I think is her real name, she always goes on about this game whenever she gets a chance to, and how much she really enjoyed playing this multiplayer. So when I came across this, again, I jumped on the chance to get this, and as always, bundled it up with stuff. Just assume I bundle everything up if it's not from Game or CEX. Next, these are the games that I got with the money I got from selling Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I got Infamous Second Son, which I beat, and I did review this on Instagram, so check that out. Not sure if I'm just being lazy here or trying to plug myself, or maybe a bit of both. But overall, I like this game, but it was too short. Assassin's Creed Unity. Again, I beat this, reviewed this on Instagram. This is probably the reason why I wanted to get Syndicate, because I'm mostly up to date now. I mean, it did get patched, so it's much less buggy than it was at launch. But again, it's pretty short. The story is very mediocre. It's still kind of buggy. It's just very mediocre, really. But I hear that Syndicate's better, so. And finally, Shadow of Mordor. I'm told that this is basically Assassin's Creed Lord of the Rings, so that will be pretty sweet to get to playing eventually. And some PS3 stuff to conclude. I came across the USA version of South Park: The Stick of Truth, because here in Europe it did get censored. Instead of certain scenes, we got like a funny screen with the European flag and a crying statue or something like that. And yeah, this is completely uncut, just as South Park should be. I did pay 20 quid for this. It usually retails 10 to 14 quid. But I think the uncut version is worth the extra money. Fighting games aren't really my thing, but I did beat Persona 4 Arena. This is the sequel to Persona 4, and Ultimax is a sequel to this, and since I said that I was looking forward to playing Ultimax over Christmas, you can surmise that I did play and beat this, and yes, I did review this over Instagram. But real quick, pretty sweet. Great music, as always. Gameplay is pretty solid, easy to get a grip of it. Story's pretty sweet, but it does end on a cliffhanger, which is why I'm looking forward to playing Ultimax. Also, comes with a soundtrack. How sweet is that? Genji, Days of the Blade. This is an early title for the PS3, supposed to be a hidden gem on the system. £1.50. I got this along with Bard's Tale with a 3 quid I got from selling a charger to CEX. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I used to have this in my collection, but I lent it to a friend of mine who lost it. He tried to replace it this summer, but he got me the Essentials version, which has no value to me, so I returned that and got something else with the money. But I finally came across another Black Label Black Flag for cheap. This was 2 quid. This was Assassin's Creed Rogue. So I paid a total of £4 for both of these. Haven't played Rogue yet. I loved Black Flag, if I haven't mentioned that before. Rogue seems to be more of the same, so I'm hoping to get a chance to play this sooner or later. Last couple of titles. This is SOCOM Special Forces. I already beat this game. I had the demo version of this, like the full playable review copy sort of thing, but got rid of that, and now I have this. I am really regretting getting rid of all my promo copies. It is pretty cool to have this back in my collection. This is a very decent third-person shooter. I feel it doesn't get enough recognition. I did enjoy playing this. One more game I almost forgot to mention is Jam Rapstar. I don't have that with me because I got this over the summer in Dubai and I left that in Dubai, so I'll just roll in an Instagram picture I got of it. So yeah, it's a karaoke rap game, and I've been looking for that for ages and couldn't find it anywhere. I got it in Dubai for the equivalent of £5, I think. And of course, as soon as I come to the UK, I see that game has it in spades, and they were selling it for 99p. But whatever, that's just the way game chasing go. This is the last game I got. I got Spec Ops: The Line on the PS3. I hear this is supposed to be a very good game. OPM called it thoroughly excellent. Apparently the story is fantastic. I've somehow managed to avoid spoilers online, but I have seen memes. But yeah, I do love games with good stories, good twists and turns in them. It was something I was sadly disappointed by when it came to Infamous and Unity, but I'm hoping that this scratches my video game story itch whenever I get around to playing this. Well, that concludes my pickups. Sorry if the video is a bit overlong. I'll try to cut it down to the minimum length. I don't want to bore you guys with too much waffling about. But yeah, as you can see, I did buff up my collection a decent bit, and I'm really happy with my finds. Let me know what you think of the games I got. Let me know what you got this past few months. And again, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you next time, which is hopefully soon. Cheers!